Great. So question for everyone here then. Everything seems to be functioning for both you, Marie and Sandy. You feel good?
Now it says that we are still in a practice session.
Yeah, so when you're ready,
Okay. Okay.
Michaela, I'm gonna hand it back over to you now. When
Okay.
you're ready, you
Okay.
now, yep, you go out of that practice session and then you're good to go.
Should we wait 2 more minutes, everyone?
You can start letting them in. That's okay.
It says 25 people are here, so.
I
Yeah,
have 66.
yeah, it's gonna, yeah, it should build up pretty quickly, hopefully. I if there's any way you can, maybe start a couple of minutes after 7 because it's a really large crew. It's supposed to be,
Oh, okay. All right.
because we might have 500 participants. And then I'll be quiet from now on, I think.
So I'll wait till 7 to go live, and then maybe we can have like 3 minutes of buffer welcome
Are you in?
chit chat.
Why not? Why not?
I have 1 minute till.
Okay. Make sure Marie is ready too, though.
I have 7. So
Michaela, I'm sorry, that link is not letting Kevin register. Should I try it again?
well, we're ready to start, Marie.
That should be the link.
Login user the other one.
Marie, I'll email you the YouTube link so we can watch it there.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, Michaela?
Okay. Going live in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone. Welcome and thank you for joining us tonight for 6 Pillars of Brain Health. My name is Sandy Von Ness, and I am a geriatric nurse practitioner. And I will be presenting with Marie. Marie?
My name is Marie. I'm a devoted wife and mother of 2 sons. One just completed his 3rd year of medical school, and the other is preparing to begin law school in the fall. After retiring from a successful career as an international tax consultant, I now dedicate my time to meaningful community work, and I'm a passionate advocate for brain health. I just want to share with you first a disclaimer that this session is intended to be informational and educational. Sandy, the slides. And it does not constitute medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. You should always seek the advice of a physician or other qualified healthcare provider regarding your personal health and before beginning or changing any activity program or dietary plan. AARP is not responsible for any decisions or actions taken in reliance upon or as a result of the information provided during this event. I am not a medical expert and I cannot provide specific advice or recommendations. The information we covered today is intended to help people learn about brain health. So let's get started because there's some good news. Until recently, the prevailing wisdom held that the human brain was pretty much fixed early in life. Experts believed that at birth, our brains had all the cells that we were ever going to have. I'm not a neuroscientist, but what I want to share with you today is based on research. And the good news is that regardless of age, our brain is constantly changing and can make new nerve cells. The best part is that we can do a lot to help support our brain health and improve our quality of life. Experts say that only about 30% of physical aging can be traced to our genes. So nearly half of dementia could theoretically be prevented by eliminating certain risk factors, many of which we have control over. Based on current brain research vetted for you by AARP's Global Council, we've identified 6 pillars associated with brain health. Be social, engage your brain, manage stress, ongoing exercise, restorative sleep, and eat right. During this presentation, Sandy and I will walk you through the 6 pillars and share with you the resources online Staying Sharp program that will help you learn about how to build your brain healthy and have habits and fun doing it. Now, I'd like to go over today's agenda. The 6 pillars are to be social. That's stay socially engaged. Engage your brain. That means learning new things. Manage stress. Address the mental and physical effects of stress. Ongoing exercise means you need to be active. Restorative sleep. When you sleep better, you enjoy the restorative benefits. And eat right. Healthy food choices have many benefits. Even small changes can help contribute to and support your brain health. Today, we understand more than ever the importance of brain health and how brain health influences every aspect of our lives. Research continues to reveal how maintaining good brain health can improve our ability to think, learn, and adapt as we age. We now know that prioritizing brain health can help us add life to years, not just years to life. From reducing the risk of cognitive decline to enhancing emotional well-being, strong brain health supports independence and vitality. The science reinforces that staying mentally engaged, managing stress, and making mindful lifestyle choices all contribute to a sharper mind and fuller, more connected life. As we explore the 6 pillars of brain health, think about how these concepts can fit into your daily routine and how small changes can make a big impact over time. As you see, we have a chat feature, and I'd like you to post in the chat as we're going over these pillars how you may be already engaged with the pillar to share with our audience if you feel comfortable doing so. Our first pillar of brain health is staying socially engaged. Person-to-person connections are one of the best ways to stay socially active, whether it's meeting a friend for coffee, attending a community event, or joining a club or class. Face-to-face interaction helps keep our minds sharp and our spirits lifted. But when person-to-person opportunities aren't possible, you can still stay connected through calls, video chats like FaceTime or Zoom, and it can still provide meaningful engagement. Studies suggest that people who have good social networks live longer and are physically and mentally healthier than people who are socially isolated. Connecting with other people is stimulating and challenging and often adds meaning and purpose to our lives. In fact, experts say social connectedness is a key predictor of health and independence in later years. So stay socially engaged with friends and community and your family. In 2023, the U.S. Surgeon General released a report titled Our Epidemic of Loneliness and Isolation, highlighting the serious health risks of social disconnection. According to the report, lacking social connectedness can increase the risk of premature death as much as smoking up to 15 cigarettes a day. The report also found that chronic loneliness, social isolation can increase the risk of developing dementia by approximately 50% in older adults. So now I'd like to open it up. How are you staying socially engaged? Let's see, is there anything in the chat?
We have people that volunteer, that play mahjong. Our
And you take
sisters
classes.
and friends do exercise, international travel, spending time with family and friends, community service, in the synagogue.
Those are all great ways. Now, here are a few ideas to help you get involved. Join a club or participate in sports. Being part of a club or sports group provides structure for social connections while keeping both the body and the mind engaged. Whether it's a book club, walking group, or even a pickleball league, regular participation fosters a sense of belonging and supports brain health. You can also attend community events, such as lectures, concerts, town meetings. They offer opportunities to stay informed, meet new people, and reinforce a sense of purpose. Engaging in local events strengthens your connections to the community and encourages lifelong learning. Maybe consider adopting a pet or even pet sitting for a friend. Caring for a pet encourages routine, responsibility, and companionship, all of which contribute to emotional and cognitive well-being. Even short-term pet sitting provides meaningful engagement while supporting neighbors in need. Volunteer with a local nonprofit. Volunteering is a powerful way to give back while staying active. Whether mentoring youth, assisting with food distribution, or supporting an advocacy program, volunteering enhances social connections and mental stimulation. Maybe you want to organize a regular virtual game night or a book club. Technology allows us to stay socially connected in ways that were once impossible. Virtual game nights and book clubs create interactive experiences that challenge the brain and foster relationships even from a distance. You might also attend virtual community events, from online workshops to live stream discussions. Virtual events provide access to enriching experiences regardless of the location. Participating in these programs supports continuous learning and cognitive engagement. Now, AARP has several free resources that you may be interested in exploring to help you get involved and stay connected. Create the Good is where you can find volunteer resources that you can even do from home. AARP is in your state office. They offer a number of different volunteer opportunities, from participating in local events, sponsorship to advocacy opportunities, such as lobbying members of Congress on behalf of AARP, to making community presentations on a few topics, just like we're doing today. Another way to stay connected is to check AARP's Virtual Community Center, where you can explore a wide range, a variety of online interactive events and classes and just have fun. Finally, if you or someone you love is feeling isolated or anxious in these challenging times, hearing a friendly voice on the phone may help. You can request a call from AARP's Friendly Voice program, and between 9 and 5 p.m., they will call your loved one. Our second pillar is engaging your brain, and you don't have to earn a degree to get the benefits of discovering and learning new things. So let's discuss this importance of discovering and learning new things, because studies have shown the positive effects of challenging the brain in new ways throughout life. Our brain is stimulated and makes new connections when we learn new things and pursue new interests. So engaging your brain is essential for cognitive health, and research continues to show the benefits of staying mentally active. By challenging yourself to learn new things and pursue fresh interests, you create opportunities for growth and connection. Curiosity keeps the mind flexible, encouraging lifelong learning and deeper engagement with the world around you. Thinking critically and exploring different perspectives strengthens problem-solving abilities and builds resilience. These habits support brain health and help you stay sharp and adaptable as you age. So now it's important to remember you have to learn new things. So let's check the chat. How are you learning new things? I could tell you that I use Duolingo. It's a free online support thing, and I'm learning French. Oh, Jean also does Duolingo. You're learning a new card game, take music classes. Excellent, excellent ideas. Other activities that we may not have mentioned, which engage your brain, are teaching or taking a class. Whether you're learning something new or sharing your expertise, structured education stimulates cognitive function and deepens connection with others. Learning a new language or dance, mastering a physical movement enhances memory, coordination, and adaptability while providing a fun challenge. Playing a musical instrument, where you engage with music, strengthens neutral pathways, improves focus, and encourages creative expression. Doing complex arts and crafts, activities like intricate painting, quilting, or sculpture challenges dexterity and problem solving, keeping both mind and hands engaged. Reading a challenging book or exploring a novel topic, immersing yourself in complex narratives or new fields of knowledge expands critical thinking and broadens perspectives. Playing a challenging card game or board game These engage memory, logic, and social interaction, fostering mental agility. Also, writing letters, thoughtfully composing messages, strengthens language skills, stimulates reflection, and enhances emotional connections with others. Now, often in these presentations, I'm asked if brain games are helpful, like if you're doing a crossword puzzle. I'm sure you can understand that crossword puzzles are not where you're learning new things. You're recalling a word that you already know. The key to challenging yourself is new topics. Our third pillar is managing stress. So, what do you guys do to manage stress in your life? Let's check the chat, Stanley. You read, water aerobics. Wow. Excellent, excellent ideas, excellent. Here are some suggestions for activities that may reduce your stress. Confide in friends. Sharing thoughts and emotions with trusted friends can reduce stress and strengthen social bonds, which are essential for cognitive and emotional well-being. Sometimes just be silent and still may help quiet your mind. Practice mindfulness or meditation, even for a few minutes, allows the brain to reset and enhances focus, promotes overall mental clarity. Tai Chi and yoga techniques, these gentle, intentional movements combine physical activity with mindfulness. They improve balance, reduce stress, and support your brain health through controlled breathing and focus. Take stretch breaks, limit your screen time. Regular movement breaks relieve physical tension, reduce eye strain, and allow the brain to refresh, helping with concentration and mental energy. Deep breathing, intentional deep breathing increases oxygen flow to the brain, promotes relaxation, and can be a powerful tool for managing stress when practiced regularly. AARP's Staying Sharp program offers meditation and deep breathing exercises to help you get started. Sandy?
So our fourth pillar, ongoing exercise. This doesn't mean that you have to become a marathon runner. It's just to stay on the move. What do we mean? Get at least 150 minutes of exercise each week. Of course, talk to your healthcare provider before you begin a new program. For the 150 minutes a week, move 30 minutes on most days. And walking is a good start. Beyond the physical exercise, has many benefits. And you can see that we've had an overlap in lots of our discussion. Exercise reduces stress. It's good for your brain, heart, and it reduces stress regularly. Research suggests that being physically active can increase your circulation, reduce anxiety, improve sleep, reduce the risk of diabetes, heart disease, depression, and stroke. So find some activities that you enjoy, but it's also important to remember to talk to a healthcare provider before you start any new exercise program. So what are some ways that you move and exercise and stay active? We see an elliptical, leg exerciser, gardening, dancing, seated yoga. Dancing is an excellent source of exercise. Biking, and someone said lifting weights. It's very important that not only you do cardio exercise, but you need to add some resistance training. Because as we get older, we start to lose muscle mass. So it's important to have some use light weights or exercise bands and include that in your regime. So here are some suggestions that you may not have referenced. Regular walks, simple, effective way to improve circulation. And you can include some light weights when you're walking. It can boost your mood, support cognitive function while staying physically active. Build endurance with moderate intensity aerobic exercises like dancing, running, or biking. Running may be difficult for many of you. Like I have been a nurse for 40 years and I do have some arthritis in my knees, so running is not a good strategy for me. Get into strength training 2 or more days a week to tone and strengthen your muscles. Resistance exercise, like I shared, promote muscle health, improve balance, and support overall mobility, reducing the risk of falls and injury. Work on balance, flexibility, and strength with Tai Chi and yoga. These mindful movement practices enhance coordination, relieve stress, and support mental clarity with improving overall physical mobility. And our 5th pillar, restorative sleep. Sleep is revitalizing. It is vital for supporting brain health, including cognitive function. It's essential for overall mental and physical health. Some things you can do that can help is avoid caffeine beginning after lunch. I can't do that. I try to not have any caffeine after 2:30, but I need that little boost of tea or coffee at 2 o'clock to get me to stay awake until bedtime. If you smoke or have not yet stopped, avoid any smoking and nicotine substances 4 to 6 hours before bedtime. And better sleep. Let's take a deeper look at sleep and what can help us with restorative sleep. Typically, adults need 7 to 8 hours of sleep in a 24-hour period. So remember, if you take an hour nap, that is included in that 7 to 8 hours during that 24-hour period. And practice good sleep techniques. And this can be challenging for us if we've retired. People at any age can change their behavior in ways that can improve their sleep. Recommendations include maintaining a regular sleep-wake cycle. That means even on the weekends. Listen to your body. Go to bed earlier and adopt an earlier sleep schedule. Expose yourself to light during the day and reduce exposure to light prior to sleep. Avoid TV, your telephone, your iPad, anything that has blue light can make your going to sleep very challenging. There are some changes that happen to us as we age. A person who is 50 should not expect to sleep like they did at age 25. You may have to put a little more effort to get the restorative benefits of sleep. And sleep is more easily interrupted as you age. Deep sleep starts to decrease between the ages of 30 to 60 years. The body's internal clock shifts also. Older people tend to get sleeper earlier in the evening, and staying up late becomes more difficult. And this is not true. This is not true for everyone. So your sleep schedule is very unique to you. If you did shift work for many years, your body may still be on a shift schedule where you stay up. You're a late night person. We start to waken earlier in the morning. I get up at 4:30 in the morning. I can't get away from that, even though I have retired from being a nurse. And I get sleepy between 8 and 9. I go to sleep. I get my 7 to 8 hours, and I wake up. These changes are a normal part of our aging. It doesn't mean that our sleep is not valuable. A person's sleep quality could be worse. Maybe you have some chronic pain. Maybe you have an enlarged prostate that wakes you up during the night. I live with an enlarged prostate that wakes me up several times during the night. Consider consulting with your healthcare provider if you're having difficulty going to sleep. Do not take something like Benadryl, an antihistamine, Tylenol PM. Those can be very dangerous for older adults. They can increase your risk of falls, and your provider can recommend something that is safe for you. So, do you have any strategies that help you? Afternoon naps. Don't make those naps too long, though. Make sure they're bite-sized naps. 30 minutes, no longer than an hour. A cool room, absolutely.
Someone's going to bed at 2 a.m. and waking up at 6 a.m. You got to listen to our tips. Please listen to our tips.
Having that ambient noise, maybe having a ceiling fan that can help. Melatonin is one of those safe medications for older adults. So good. In case we missed anything, here are some other things that you can do. Adjust your caffeine intake. And that also means chocolate. A big dish of chocolate ice cream at 8 o'clock may keep you awake. Keep pets that disturb sleep out of the bedroom. And you may have heard my pets that are joining me. Pets can provide comfort. Sometimes their movements and noises during the night can disrupt our sleep. Restrict fluids and food 3 hours before going to bed. Limiting intake before bedtime can reduce that nighttime awakenings, improves digestion, and supports an uninterrupted sleep pattern. Keep your room cool. A cooler sleeping environment helps regulate body temperature and encourages deep, more consistent sleep throughout the night. And again, back to those smartphones, TVs, and electronics, keeping those out of the bedroom to reduce light exposure. Removing screens before bed reduces that blue light exposure that helps the brain produce melatonin naturally for a smoother transition to sleep. All right, our sixth pillar, eating right. What you may eat can also impact your brain health. Studies show people who closely follow the Mediterranean way of eating or the MIND diet have lower risk of cognitive impairment and a better quality of life. And I wanted to share that you will be able to get all of these resources, and we've given you lots of information on these slides, so you will be able to have access to those when we finish. So the impact of diet on brain health. Looking at some of the eating plans that you may have heard of. The Mediterranean diet emphasizes whole foods that are rich in nutrients to support brain function. That includes fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, especially fish, and healthy fats like olive oil. It's widely been recognized for its role in reducing inflammation, promoting heart health, and lowering the risk of cognitive decline. It includes omega-3 fatty acids from seafood and antioxidants from plant-based foods that may help protect the brain cells and improve memory and cognitive function. And that's the Mediterranean diet. Now, the DASH diet is something that your provider may have recommended. We've used it for many years to help lower blood pressure, and it stands for Dietary Approaches to Stopping Hypertension. It contributes to brain health by promoting cardiovascular function. This prioritizes low sodium, and that means no added salt. So throw your salt shaker away. It's high in potassium and nutrient-dense foods such as leafy greens, nuts, whole grains, and lean proteins. By improving circulation and reducing the risk of stroke, and heart disease. The DASH diet helps maintain optimal blood pressure. The MIND diet. This is a hybrid combination of the Mediterranean and the DASH diet. And it stands for Mediterranean DASH Intervention for Neurodegenerative Delay. That's a big a mouthful, but just remember MIND diet. It combines the most beneficial aspects of the Mediterranean and the DASH diet with a focus on brain health. It highlights brain supportive foods such as berries, leafy greens, whole grains, nuts, and fish, while discouraging processed foods and excessive saturated fats. Research suggests that adherence to the MIND diet may lower the risk of Alzheimer's disease and age-related cognitive decline by emphasizing neuroprotective nutrients that safeguard brain function. More evidence is needed when we're looking at these diets. I'm sorry, let me go back to this. More I want to say on this. So sugar, what we know about sugar, simple sugars, high sugar intake can contribute to inflammation, increase your risk of diabetes as you get older. But reducing these added sugars supports stable energy levels throughout the day and can help promote sleep. Reducing sodium. We talked about salt. Salt is a magnet for fluid and it can increase your blood pressure. Less meat, white meats. There has been some recent instruction from our government about eat protein. If you love red meat, just do it in moderation. Substitute some chicken, fish for meals. Maybe have one lean protein meal a week if you love steak. But get away from the processed foods, the Italian sausage sandwiches, the Philly cheesesteaks, those kinds of things. Someone's asking about Miss Dash. Salt is sodium chloride. Miss Dash is potassium chloride. So as long as you don't have any kidney problems, the Miss Dash should be okay. We do suggest that if you need to add flavor to your food, use herbs and spices instead of salt. So, what do you eat? Canned tuna and canned salmon, yes, they are considered healthy. If you get those in water, don't get the coolant oil. Tofu is an excellent protein substitute. And we've come a long way with plant-based proteins. If you like a burger, there are some very good plant-based burgers. If you add some cheese, lettuce, tomato, even put a piece of bacon on it, it makes a pretty good burger. And lentils, looking for other sources of protein. And as you're older, bacon, yes. 1 slice of bacon on your burger, treat yourself. No way are diets supposed to, you're supposed to live with your diet. It's not something that should be restrictive. Treat yourself. Just change your habits a little bit at a time. So some more things that I want to talk about. A lot of information on kale, and I don't mind kale in a salad. I'm not going to stick it in the blender and drink it, even though a lot of people do. Spinach, broccoli, those dense foods that are very good. Whole berries we talked about, fresh or frozen, it doesn't matter. So you can have these all time of the year. Blueberries, for instance, is in season where I live in Florida, and they have great antioxidants and benefit brain health. Whole grains. So substitute whole grains for your rice, your pasta, your breads. Again, herbs and spices. Maybe use vinegar and lemon as a way of seasoning. And substitute your saturated fats with olive oil. Now, walnuts and almonds are wonderful sources of protein, but you need to think about moderation. That's just a handful, not a whole little bowl. I could snack on almonds all day. So be aware of your portion sizes. AARP Staying Sharp has some wonderful, easy to follow meal plans that help you follow the Mediterranean or the DASH diets. And you can find those on our website. Someone's asking about dark red wines. Red wine has been linked to lowering cholesterol and reducing cardiovascular risk. But again, it needs to be in moderation. For women, it's 4 ounces. For men, it's 8 ounces. Okay, our talk today wouldn't be complete if we didn't talk about some of the risks or threats to our brain health. So, smoking increases the risk of heart attack and stroke. And no one can argue that smoking is not good for you. Depression doubles the risk for cognitive decline. Depression isn't a normal part of aging. Seek treatment if you have symptoms. And these are symptoms that you've had more than 2 weeks. Maybe you've lost interest in things that you've enjoyed, or you're persistently sad. So please see your provider. Some medications, such as antihistamines, medicines for allergies, sleep aids, and some antidepressants have been shown to increase the risk of dementia. Make sure you share with your healthcare provider all medications that you're taking, over-the-counter, supplements. Make sure that they know all of the medicines. Diabetes damages the small blood vessels throughout your body, and that includes the small vessels in your brain. It can increase the risk of heart disease, kidney disease, memory problems, and Alzheimer's disease. Hearing and vision loss are linked to trouble with thinking and memory. Think of your eyes and ears as sensory extensions of your brain. See a healthcare provider if you're experiencing hearing loss or vision impairment. Someone's asking about dark chocolate. Yes, dark chocolate has been a better option than milk chocolate. So it's a great way to treat yourself a little bit and still have a little bit of health involved. Heart disease. If you have told that you have heart disease or diabetes, that is going to increase your risk dramatically. So some tips that can help you focus. People often worry about memory loss. Maybe you cannot recall a name, someone you see in the store, a name of a movie that you enjoyed. Here are some tips that can help you with your focus. Establish a routine. Put your items in the same place every day. Leave your keys in the same spot. Put your glasses in the same spot, etc. Pay attention to the things you want to remember. It sounds like common sense, but concentration is key. Practice self-talk to maintain focus. Say, I'm going to check the dryer while you walk to the dryer. I know a lot of us get sidetracked very easily. Maybe you see a dust bunny in the corner that you want to stop and clean up, but keep yourself focused and go to the go to where you intended. So if you're going to the laundry room, don't get sidetracked. And avoid multitasking. Now, this is very easier said than done. I think we all try to do too many things at once. But focus on one thing at a time. And again, use self-talk. I write things down. I'm a great list maker. And then I can check it off when I've completed it. And take breaks. We talked about tension and stress. If you're spending a lot of time at the computer, stand up, go for a walk, stretch, do some mindful relaxation. Stress and tension can increase your memory lapses. Use the reminders and alarms that maybe are on your smartphone. The mind is for having ideas, not holding on to information. Clear the mind and use your calendars. So, what would a day be for you that were inspired by the 6 pillars? Upon waking, what would you do when you first got up? Would you go for a brisk walk? Would you do an at-home exercise routine? And what would your morning be like? What would you have for breakfast? What mind-stimulating activity could you do? Perhaps that was the time that you would check your emails, write some letters, do your needlework, study a language, Marie. And lunch, what would you eat? Perhaps salmon, a topping on a spinach salad with a homemade lemon vinaigrette and some crunchy walnuts. Early afternoon, would you get together with some friends, chat on the phone, take an adult education class? Senior Planet has a lot of those that are available through AARP. In the late afternoon, would you do some meditation, some yoga, Tai Chi? Would you read a book, snack on some blueberries? And dinner, what would you have for dinner? During the evening hours, as you're getting ready for the next day, organize your day for tomorrow. Do some stretches and go to bed early. Turn off the television set. And remember that AARP Staying Sharp has recipes with brain healthy ingredients that will help you ease into your dietary changes. And we want to make some action. We don't want to just throw everything out the window, because we know that change happens in small pieces. Aging studies consistently point to just a few fundamental factors that are linked to brain health. So what are you going to do today? What healthy habits would you make a proactive lifestyle choice? Socially engaged, managing your stress, maybe maintaining a balanced diet, incorporating some regular physical activity into your daily routine. We want you to build sustainable habits over time. That's why very restrictive diets don't work. It needs to be sustainable. Maybe tracking healthy eating habits, scheduling time for social interactions, writing down your intentions, journaling can keep you motivated. Stay connected with a community or support system that helps making adopting new habits easier and more enjoyable. Again, referring to our AARP resources, programs, virtual communities that help you stay engaged and share experiences and support each other. And back to some of our resources. All of our vetted information that is based on evidence comes from the Global Council on Brain Health. You will find the resources that we talked about in our slides at aarp.org/brain health. The Global Council on brain health also has additional information, and we've talked about keeping sharp. We have a book called Keep Sharp, Build a Better Brain at Any Age. And it is by a neurosurgeon and CNN chief medical correspondent, Sanjay Gupta. Keep Sharp is an AARP supported book based in part of the work of the Global Council on Brain Health. And that offers the science-driven evidence and guidance for brain health. Keep Sharp offers guidance on brain diseases. It's available at aarp.org/keep sharp. You can also purchase that on Amazon. Here is what we have been referring to throughout this presentation, the AARP Staying Sharp. It is a complete online program that is going to help you build these healthy habits that support brain health. It has expert guidance, research-based tools. It teaches people about these 6 key pillars of brain health. Again, what are those? Social engagement, lifelong learning, stress management, regular exercise, restorative sleep, and healthy eating. Receive access to these tools and resources focusing on the 6 pillars of brain health. We have engaging challenges, insightful articles, and more. So please explore those at stayingsharp.aarp.org. So in conclusion, Marie and I have explored the 6 pillars of brain health with you: social engagement, lifelong learning, stress management, regular exercise, restorative sleep, and healthy eating, all of which can help you build healthy cognitive well-being. Maintaining brain health is an ongoing journey, and even small daily habits can make an impact over time. It's not too late. AARP is committed to providing trusted resources that empower individuals to take meaningful steps to incorporate healthy habits into their lives that support brain health. And you can find these expert insights, interactive tools, challenges through the AARP Staying Sharp program. To continue learning and implementing these practices, visit aarp.org, brain health, and explore the many ways. AARP also provides lots of opportunities I'm sorry, to connect with your community. So discover all that AARP has to offer. You should be able to see this QR code that you can use. Thank you for joining us. If you consider incorporating the 6 pillars into your daily life, please share that with others. We do these brain health presentations every 2 weeks. I'm sorry, the first Wednesday and the 3rd Wednesday of every month at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So make sure reach out to your friends and family and have them join, and you can get brain healthy together. After today's event, you'll receive an email at the address that you used to register for this event with a link to a survey. Please give us your feedback, and we appreciate you taking a few moments to complete the survey for us. Thank you, and we hope you enjoyed today's workshop and found value in the information, discussion, and resources. Any questions in the chat, Marie, that we need to address?
Brown sugar is sugar. Sugar is sugar, and it should be avoided. Sardines and olive oil, anchovies, those are one of the canned foods that's lowest in mercury and best for you. Tuna, unfortunately, needs to be eliminated in certain cans because of the mercury. Those are the questions I saw. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I hope I hope you'll take these pillars to heart and incorporate them into your life.
I'm sorry, I do not know about magnesium glycinate. The person who has interrupted sleep 2 to 3 times nightly, keep a sleep diary for a couple of weeks. Find out what you're doing before you go to bed. Is there something that is causing you to wake up? Is it noise? Is it temperature? Is it eating late at night?
A
See
pet
if
in the
you
bedroom?
can be a detective. Yeah, a pet in the bedroom. See if you can be a detective and figure it out. And the recording will be available in 2 or 3 days.
Okay, thanks everyone. I'm gonna end it now.